you have to recognize the far right can't understand satire, because if they could understand satire, they would have the critical thinking skills to not believe the things that they believe, right? You need to make it clear from the beginning where your politics lie. Because if you do that, you save yourself trouble down the line. Want a clear example of this? I'll give you one. Baldur's Gate 3. Game of the year 2023. Massive hit. Everyone loves it. Was that game subtle with its politics? No! The first thing the game has you do is choose your favorite lesbian. The one with the sword or the one in the pod. That's the first thing. The game is so, I would say, over the top, honestly, with the gay shit. Like, you can tell queer people made Baldur's Gate 3. You know, there's no heterosexual explanation for that game. Yeah, there's no there's no getting around it, right? Do you think a heterosexual man could have made Lizelle? Think about it for a second. I want you to ponder. Do you think that? No. There are some straight guys in chat who are like, me! Like, me! I would have. And we love you for it, you know? Yeah, there's literally a BDSM dungeon scene. That's not even a little bit of a joke. Yeah, with the aftercare, yeah. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 did get a lot of, like, reactionary pushback, but you might notice that in spite of it being extremely progressive and extremely popular, did you see that much pushback? Seriously, like, the time that you spent on Twitter, online, whatever else, did you see that much pushback? Like, really, relative to the size of the game? Because I didn't. Like, first of all, it really helps Baldur's Gate 3 out that it's a phenomenal game, right? Like, that does help it out a lot. But for two, its politics are straightforwardly delivered so clearly and openly that there wasn't really any room for infiltration. There wasn't really a point for fascists to go, oh, this game is based. I'm struggling to even think of a way they could misinterpret it. That's the point, right? Like, it was very clear and upfront. Like, yeah. You could beat up a woman. Oh, there you go. Anti-feminist now. Because they were clear and open about it, there wasn't much room for infiltration, and the fact that there wasn't much room for infiltration meant that the problem was never from within the community. I think conservatives are fine playing games made by people who hate them. When has that ever stopped them? Right? Like, conservatives watch Miyazaki films, even though he's a lefty who hates them. Conservatives play Kojima films, even though he's a lefty who hates them. They watch movies by directors who hate them. They play games by developers who hate them. If you were a conservative and you didn't play games or watch movies made by people who hated you, then what could you do? Artists don't like conservatives. Overwhelmingly, media is made by progressive people. Did I say Kojima film? Okay. Kojima games are like films anyway, so I'm only half off on that misspeak, but you know goddamn well what I mean. Shut up. Anyway, yeah, there's like fucking 50 hours of cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid 3. Okay. I genuinely think that if you're up front, the conservatives will just begrudgingly play your game, but they'll never have the confidence to infiltrate it and be influential within its spaces. Baldur's Gate 3 had plenty of conservatives who played it, I guarantee you that, but they weren't acting up because they knew it wasn't their territory. They were never given any space to. There was never a point where fascists could play Baldur's Gate 3, infiltrate the community and go, yeah, I love this conservative thing about it, while other people jeer and laugh and play it up and sort of play on the ambiguity of the satire. There was no room for it.